I want to call it worth it. If it wasn't for these past like 4 liking games by Fear, I'd call it worth it.
Yeah.
But at this point, I find that hard to do. But all will be told now in our game as we are in. Everyone's ready to go. Can keep themselves alive here.
They did spot that one. No one a little bit quicker on the fingers there. EG still managed to pick up 3 different bounty runes. Just imagine if Misery had snagged that one too.
That's GG.
Demoralizing start for EG in game 2. You know how quickly they tilt.
Yeah, and Misery already starting the anti-Chen shenanigans. Deep board there, spotting the Chen movements, blocking a camp. And he's just going to TP bot.
Yep.
The send back
dodging the bounty hunter.
So he's doing send backs in 2 lanes. That's a new one.
Nice.
All right, fair enough.
Win all the lanes.
These Chen.
Most of the time we would see the Chen, he goes to the off lane, he sends back like 3 different creeps. And a little bit of a change up on that style from our Chen here. He's also going to be able to get away from the bounty hunter, who Misery was very likely wanting to shadow him in this start of the game. Block some of those camps if possible. Instead, he's going to try and help out the mid lane Fear as a Lycan is going up against a Death Prophet. Surely this can be a good lane for the Lycan. I know he can survive through so many harassable lanes, but this one's got to be a doozy.
Yeah, I think he had the same one the other day, if I'm not mistaken, too.
Sumail? He's got a healing salve, has to heal up a little bit more. There's going to be a lance as well. Lil's going to go for it. No, he gives up on... Sumail had a little bit too much HP, but they took away a lot of his regen. So
yeah, and look at that start from Lil too, right? The null right at the beginning. For tons of harass from that Witch Doctor. One of the better supports to do it on too. There's such a great attack animation. It feels so good.
Yeah, that's quite the interesting idea. I guess with the Chen, you can buy pretty much everything. You can play the hard 5 to start out the game. And like it boots if you can get extra stats for a Witch Doctor. And
yep. And in this dual lane too, like if you can force out a phase shift or something just from your pure right clicks, yeah, that's going to give the lance over and then at least some chance for aggression. But
boots don't really mean anything if Puck can just man fight you, right? If he's got a little bit better stats. But toss back crit will ensure he picks up the bounty rune, not letting Pasha get that opportunity. He's going up against a Rubik and a Gyrocopter. Sand King should be able to get a decent amount of farm in this lane. He's actually got really good CS right now, 9-0.
And that will likely just increase as the levels start coming out for solo. Of course, get more creeps to help out. Maybe something a little bit better than just a Centaur chilling nearby. And Fear has made his way to level 3, though. Staying there in mid lane, that's the big moment, right? 2 points in the Feral Impulse. You feel fantastic. Nothing can kill you. But a DP is certainly a worthy adversary. So we might have to see Fear ducking into that jungle relatively soon. But Misery's always there to possibly go and soak up a little bit mid and just help himself get to 6 as early as possible.
Misery going to be caught here underneath the sentry. Tried to help out Sumail. It's a tough lane.
Damn.
He's kind of given up on trying to help out mid. Fear should be good, as you said, with that extra level in the Feral Impulse and the extra regen he gets. You could already see the harassment coming out from the Spirit Siphon. Just not enough to threaten Fear, really.
And top lane, I want to be this Witch Doctor. Brown Boots null, 3 minutes. But this is the dream. This never gets to happen when you play support.
Yeah, seriously. He just gets a Maledict on Sumail. You have to run away. Man, they managed to get the lance onto Sumail. He tried to dodge a Maledict kick. So that third final tick actually does a decent amount of damage to him. Fortunately, he does have a healing salve.
You'd expect with how low he was, too, for low, they might have been able to like make a play with Mr. coming back after death, but just nothing. He went to level 2 in the orb. A little bit too scared here from Sumail.
Arteezy hit from a big nuke there, coming out from the Chen. Penitence into... Oh, dive potentially on a Lil. No, he's too tanky. Got a full 100 HP on him. Fear just keeps on regenning.
Yep, still no boots or anything on no one, so... Oh, he does purchase them now, but he needs a Curry to head home, get them in here, so at least get some advantage on this Lycan. Because the last time Fear, he still didn't bother getting boots. You know, he never does. He likes to get the helm first, because you don't need boots when you're ulted, and that's when you get your kills anyway. But, of course, versus Death Prophet, that's always a pretty big concern.
Playing it a little bit like Weaver.
Yeah.
In that regard. Soul Ring almost finished up for our Sand King, so he's going to have some decent stats as well. Looks like Ramsey's CS is the Phantom Lancer is not too poor, 19-3, so he's keeping pace with the Gyrocopter. Seems like we're just kind of mirroring each other. Both offlaners are having an okay time, little threatened. Both the carries are getting a decent amount of farm.
They spotted this rotation from Lil. He TP's mid and then just starts walking north, so Misery going to be fully aware that there are now sentries in the mid lane. There are plenty of things to come out there.
He does spot Solo, and Solo spots him. Managed to get a successful scan on him.
Leaves him back. But hey, that's the bounty hunter life, right? You just chase this guy around.
Ooh, with a double damage. Okay. They've used that shield now.
Yeah, we've talked about
They got to be real careful with it on the way back.
He loves that level 2 in the Shadow Walk.
Look at the courier going the long way around over to the H. He's actually going to bottom lane. I think about it. He's delivering the soul ring to the sink.
Oh, everyone just relaxing now. Only 1 kill in 5 minutes. In terms of how this game's going to go, when do we start seeing some movement? I guess Sumail, maybe someone we're going to look to. I guess, you know what? It's just going to be Fear. Let's be honest. You know, he's got a very clear, defined role with this hero and this team. And every time he cracks 6 with that helm.
Oh, bottom lane. Arteezy's already taken so much damage. Burrow strike into the Chen creeps. Almost enough to be able to finish off Arteezy. And with the extra slow coming out for the Caustic finale, Pasha is able to run him down underneath the tower.
It's been mostly safe in these off-lane setups from the side of EG, but not this time. The VP Chen, always worrisome.
This is going to start snowballing too. Pasha can get his level 6, but it looks like he may be caught here. The homing missile's going to be able to come in. Pasha tries to keep himself hidden underneath the creep wave, hoping to be able to take less rocket barrage damage. Has the magic wand, gets a Burrow strike a little bit distance away. Arteezy, they need the vision on him. They have the movement speed to be able to pop in the rocket barrage. Not quite enough, but the right click comes out for crit. Barely gets it. But get it they do. Fear. He's running into Solo here with a penitent, and now no one as well. The Witch Doctor, they just sandwich Fear. Doesn't have the mana for the ultimate, and I'm not sure if, even if he did pop it, if he would have lived that Maledict on him already.
Oh, these are some great rotations. And all Misery can do is watch.
Oh no, Misery. He's having such a hard time finding courier pickoffs. He couldn't get a single one, and now he ends up dying to the dust. Ooh, Ramsey's in serious trouble. Does have a doppelganger. He's got to outplay Sumail here a little bit. Doesn't get off the doppelganger before the orb. Couldn't quite predict that one fast enough, so.
Yeah, not a very easy game for Misery here. You know, you're dealing with 3 cores that really you can't harass all too much. Sure, it's great. You chase this Chen around. That works if the guy like jungles or something, but that's so old, you know, that's not really what happens anymore. He's going to lanes, he's making plays, and if you're actually in an engagement, the bounty hunter doesn't do nearly as much as he's just like soaking some experience away from this Chen. And they're back, I'm right back in with Pasha.
Chen's gonna cut him off. Chain stun perfectly.
Man, this is some great Chen play so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Sankey makes it easy for you, right? It's such a strong pairing between those two. Pasha's got the epicenter. I'm not sure if they can really keep the gyrocopter against this lane. Don't think they want him to die again here. Solo's going to spot out Fear.
Steal some experience. This is nice.
Even better if they can actually sneak Pasha over
here.
With
that first epicenter, wouldn't this be something?
That would be a fantastic play. They got to get the chain stuns off of the Centaurs. They're going to lead with a Burrow strike. Stun 1. Stun 2 coming out for the Centaur. Here comes the epicenter. It's going to be more than enough damage. Great combination from VP. Just beautifully executed.
Solo's just doing everything. Goes to a lane, gets a kill. Plants the ward. Hey, that's another kill. Easy peasy. And that's Misery's life. This is, you know, his counter on the other side.
This is what happens. Okay, Sumail may not have the damage to be able to finish this one off. The Quilt just doesn't really do anything for him. He pops the haste ruin, he forced rotations, but they do get the free send back on the Death Prophet, so he will return very shortly.
How about Ramsey's this game, though? Still the 3rd core. That was kind of his life last game as well. Didn't get the best start, but he's down bottom now. Maybe going to get a little bit more breathing room here. Try and get some better last hits going.
I was about to say, if they can keep him down, they've got plenty of AoE to kind of continue that trend, right? With the gyrocopter and the puck, this kind of magic, AoE magic damage. Not today. All Centaurs in a line. Sentry's going to spot him here.
Now let's be very careful.
With the cut Sumail
that angle.
Has to get his orb away. He's already got the Maledict on him, but he's got a big wand, so he's going to be okay.
There's actually no invis.
Misery. 5 seconds till his invis.
Sumail's coming from behind him.
Dust is about to wear out as well. VP has to give up on this attempt. Sumail's going to be able to get a decent coil. Here comes Fear. He's going to be able to run him down. He's got the Helmet Dominator. Great use of the Centaur, slowing him down pretty well, but it's still going to be these 2 supports going down. Good attempt, but in the end, Chen and his full army, as well as his ally Witch Doctor, end up falling to the rotation from Fear.
And you think about the way that Sumail played that gank, like, and how he just escaped over to that western part of the map instead of just going into the trees or something like that. There's no counterplay if he makes that, you know? He just takes the safer route. It's a bit riskier, I'd say, to go to that western part, but instead, he's able to keep following behind and then create that setup play for Fear. Easy peasy for that first rotation with the ultimate and the Helm of the Dominator, and now he can start pushing his way into that Necronomicon.
How are you feeling about this Death Prophet just kind of being left alone? I'm beginning to get a little apprehension about this. The fact that no one's just farming away. It's a tough hero to beat if you let it start getting ahead. He starts taking objectives, starts snowballing. Do you think EG need to address that problem, or you think they're focusing on being able to shut down the Phantom Lancer is a better approach?
Definitely seems like Ramsey's the key again. I mean, last game, no one had the same thing, right?
Yeah.
It was on the Queen of Pain. I would say arguably even worse to give a bigger edge to, because you think they're just going to apply all this pressure and start killing your heroes and everything. DP much more structure focused, and they do have a lot of burst damage to try and push their way right through her. However, she's backed up by a Chen. She's backed up by a very firm Sand King as well. So game so far does indeed look very good for no one. And if they can actually build that objective play into, like, not just tier 1s, but also Roche, that would be fantastic. Try and take that away from EG.
That Hellbear is the most popular girl at the ball right now. Chen picks it up. Helmet Dominator tries to snag it away from
Misery. This courier just came back to life. Hello.
Get it!
Oh, that's a rich courier.
That is so much.
Oh, no wonder it was flying so slow. Very heavy.
Weighed down by all the loot that Virtus Pro had on it. He is able to get away safely,
That's the Void Stone. That means the Yule's going to be quite delayed, because that recipe's done for no one.
Maybe that opens up an opportunity for EG to actually get a kill on him. Doppelganger being used
like
by Ramsey.
Or a puck. I mean, that Yule's is pretty damn important in these engagements that the Lycan's going to be about to try and force again.
Yeah, it really is. Misery is going to show himself here on Lil. Invis was fading, so might as well get some damage in. They're actually going to try and go for the kill with a coil. They're going to slow him down, easily taking that one. And you can feel free to use these ultimates. They're track kills, after all.
Yep. This is what EG are going to be looking for. This is kind of why I like the idea of the Arc Warden, of just like this other hero that can kind of pair up with the Bounty Hunter and everything, but Arteezy rather than, you know, of course...
Misery. He picks up the Bounty Rune to get his Arcane Boots, but it leaves Sumail with an empty bottle.
That's a hard life, you know.
Yeah.
So supports need some help sometimes, too. You know, speaking of Arteezy, it's a little unfortunate. He's on a hero that actually won't be building a Battle Fury. Little awkward, you know. I'm sure he's not enjoying that too much. Had to actually build a Mask of Madness. Can you believe it? I'm sure he's very upset right
You
now.
had me very perplexed for a moment there. I was like, because I didn't hear who you were talking about. I was like, wait, who's he talking about? Gyrocopter?
All right, they're going in. They want to put on some...
Oh,
hey! Oh
no.
my God! With the TP!
Oh no! What an unfortunate timing for that smoke.
Yep, that ward right in the mid lane saw it happen. Damn, that timing on the TP, that is some next level stuff for Misery right there.
That really was.
All right, well, sick aggression. Hey guys, I wonder where they're going to maybe try and use that next exorcism. Do you think bottom lane? Maybe. Can we set up in time? They have that ward still from earlier on.
What do you think EG does in this response? Like, do you think...
I like this.
You think they just dodge?
Yeah, I think you dodge.
Okay.
I mean, is anyone ready to go? I don't think so. There's not even an ulti here for Arteezy, so...
It's pretty much just our Puck Blink Dagger as initiation, but we don't have Necronomicon, we don't really have the big damage item from the Gyrocopter, help him stat up a bit.
Fear does get mid out of it too, which is quite nice.
Yeah, they're actually getting a great exchange here, potentially 2 towers for 1. Which I'm not that good at math, Grant.
He can give you some lessons when you get back.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to keep going.
Right. I mean, after all,
why not?
It's Chen, Death Prophet.
Yep.
They're going to be able to try and take this tier 2, but they're giving up Roshan if they go for tier 2 here, it looks like, because EG already inside the pit.
Now that's a nice grab. Give them a little bit of a presence if they want to try and pressure into that.
I'm surprised they just don't keep going, right? With the Chen creeps, just to force people back.
Yeah, you want to feel that. Yeah, well, you see now. They throw the scan in.
Uh-oh.
And so does the Dire.
They are far too away. Challenge that one. So, Evil Geniuses.
Damage they took. If only they'd stayed fun.
Yeah. actually had a really large amount of time to put damage on that tier 3, almost down to half HP off just the Chen neutrals.
Yeah, well, Arteezy certainly looking to be active in these fights. He's got a puck, he's got Fear, who's been rampaging across the map in every one of these games, so he's going right from the mask into the S and Y.
Who would you take on that trade-off? Do you prefer being on Evil Genius's side and taking a Roshan and 2 tier 1s, or do you like the tier 2 bounty and taking all the way?
I don't think Aegis is that fantastic this game.
Okay.
For the EG side, you know. Maybe if it was like some super sick Aegis hero, I'd feel really good about it. I don't know if Gyro necessarily fits that build.
Yeah,
Gyro. It all depends on my PL status too. All I care about right now is Ramses. If I'm playing on VP's team, it's like, dude, can you get this Diffusal Blade? And then I feel like we're going to be really strong.
Yeah, he gets his Diffusal Blade, significant amount of damage. He starts statting up a little bit, maybe even get a heart. Next you know, that magic damage is only tickling those illusions. Hard to find the real one smoke up here from VP. Not in time, though.
And they're just making this rotation up top. Probably hoping to take this tower, I would say, without the Exorcism. You know, it's a tier 1. See a lot of EG heroes down bot. One good thing for EG is that although they've lost both those towers in the bottom lane, I don't see a really big threat from VP into just, like, taking that tier 2. You know, if there's a Lycan on VP, you're scared. But the heroes on VP, it's going to be pretty telegraphed that they actually have a real threat at your barracks. And, oh, Misery, please. Dude, this maybe next time cosplay has gone too far. Oh, he revealed.
Oh, no, he revealed himself just as the courier ends up going in. Picks up the Diffusal Blade. It's really telling the differences in style here. The Evil Geniuses, despite reading all of VP's rotations here, they've read every single one of them, haven't really been caught by a smoke yet. They are still losing all of their towers, but EG is making good trade-offs at the same time. Look at them. Who's going to be forced back, Trent?
They've learned
They're playing a game of push chicken right now.
That's a lot of ghosts.
Chen creeps.
The question is, how many heroes do you have to leave bottom? It might just be one.
Misery is going to scout out some of these heroes, see if he can stop some TPs. Dual Scepter goes down. They're actually trying to go for the sandbag here. Fear at the same time is going for that tier 3. They come in from behind. Arteezy is going to try and get the kill onto Lil here, while no one's still getting some damage on the tier 3. But now Exorcism ran out. He gets sent back by the Chen, which is a good place. So they've only lost the Witch Doctor, and it looks like they're going to lose Solo as well.
Oh, those track kills, though.
How about the trade-off in damage to the towers? About half HP for the Radiant one, so...
Yeah, with that Diffusal Blade, Ramses did put enough threat that Fear didn't really have a choice. He had to retreat. Barely got the ultimate off even. Mana burn.
Considering the fact that we also got track kill, at least one of them for those 2 supports, I gotta feel like EG walked away with the winner.
Yep. Very good. But yeah, it's interesting, as you said, the way that they've like seen everything VP has done because of this bounty hunter. Misery has just been on top of them the entire time, always seeing what they are up to. He just walks through tower range. The track off.
Gotta keep VP honest.
Yeah,
just let him know what's up.
Check some inventories, you know, look for some dusts. Which does have one, so just be a little careful on his next one. Oh, a smoke popped from Pasha. They're not going to go for it, though.
There goes the track. Is he going to blink forward? He's got Force Staff, too.
Dude,
he really could.
Force?
Yeah, he really could catch him.
There we go.
And there it is. EG, are they going to move over and see if they can get to redemption here for Misery? Samael's going to throw out a couple of nukes. Misery does end up going down, but they're trapped in the coil. Now, here comes the rest of the team. The Evil Geniuses, even with the buyback coming out from Misery, he wants these track kills. Here comes Arteezy, laying down the ultimate. Complete with Lil does get into the trees. Pop, the rest of them, VP. They're trying to retreat right now with Pasha, getting over the cliff. Well played, but... they're still trying to pursue with Samael. They're going to be able to catch up to Solo here. That extra movement speed with a track is going to allow them to be able to pick up that extra kill. So it might have been worth it on the buyback there.
Yeah, I think Pasha actually intentionally used Epicenter to make sure that Crit couldn't steal it so he could escape. Or else he would have gotten the Burrow Strike and killed them.
Nice heads up play. Yeah. So it may cost Misery some of his gold, but... better for his team, right? They all got
it's like transferring
gold.
some ownership, you know? It's just like, hey, if I haven't done enough already this game as support, let me just buy back to get you guys some more.
So he's just taking PvD to the next level. Is that what you're saying?
It's basically like when you be able to buy sentries and sell them from your ally. That's basically what he just did.
All right. 7,000 gold lead for Evil Geniuses right now. but it is the bounty hunter lineup after taking a little bit of a lead. They've got a gyrocopter and Lycan, some heroes that come online early. There's still the threat of Ramses. That's why they're trying to deal with him right now. Doppelganger dodged the rocket. Now they can turn and play with that diffusal. Let's see if they can actually get out to Arteezy, already down to half HP. Here comes the nuke bomb. No one does have his Ghoul Scepter still, so if he's threatened, he can easily get that one off. So Crit is going to end up dying here. Fear's going to try and get off the TP. Clapped, but no stuns. VP cannot stop that one. That's an exorcism used and only a kill on a Rubik gained for VP.
Oh man, you want the kill on Arteezy so bad. But away he goes. As only 20 minutes into this game. I don't know, it's not very action-packed, of course. We've lost so many buildings. This map is quite empty here. Such an early time.
It really does seem like one of those games that push comes to shove. That we're just going to have a real quick break, right? One of these teams just going to win his team fight, boom, Elena Brack's gone, or at least a bunch of buybacks forced, and then they're on the verge of death.
And until then, we just look at the Roche clock. It'll probably be our next factor. Pimp, you can take control of that camera. I'll just watch the pit the whole time. That'd be perfect. This should be fun. I don't think anything else is really going to happen.
It's one of those lulls, right?
Of course things are going to happen. There's a bounty hunter. He's scouting around. He's going to track some people up. EG won't just lay on their laurels of a 6K lead. No. Pressure. Onward. Rule Britannia. Something like that.
That is Trend Packs, everybody. Evil Genius's cheerleader.
Yeah, okay, Mjolnir Zeus.
Evil Geniuses are indeed trying to make plays happen right now. With the Bounty Hunter scouting out a lot of VP, EG look to challenge. They still have some big items coming in. The BKB for Arteezy's definitely got to be one of the most notable pickups. BKB for Fear is also on the line, and Smale is just going to go all burst damage on us with the dagger.
Yeah, his threat's basically just Sand really, in this game. Unless he's got the Yules just in case he gets silenced or something from the Death Prophet. Overall, has a fairly free game. And this time he will get the Burrow Strike as well for crit, so excellent initiation potential here with that Blink Dagger.
Manta almost finish up for our Phantom Lancer, and he is kind of the ticking time bomb of this game.
And Misery is just being so obnoxious. Solo goes back and just plants another sentry, trying to find what this guy's up to.
They've really struggled to catch this up so bad. They've a lot of dust and a lot of sentries failing to get kills on him. He's going to spot Ramses here with a double damage. Don't think anything's going to happen with it besides him farming a whole lot faster. He's going to try and catch up and grab some of Fear's creeps. Of course, he can't really stop Fear from TPing.
Been one of the most relaxed Fear Lycan games. Only 1 kill, 1 assist. Hasn't had to do all that much, honestly. Again, it's that whole vision game, spotting what VP are up to and saying, you know, this hero's not only very good at killing people.
All right,
speaking of which,
they've had enough of misery. Pasha's picked up the gem.
That's like your one, you know? You get that one kill, and now it's going to be tracking you down if you check.
Oh, they're going to pop the ultimate out of Invis here. Blink from Crit, operating with the telekinesis. Burrow Strike follow-up. That is all the disables they need to be able to take out the Death Prophet, and this could be that gank that turns into a buyback. We'll see. VP has already got a good push out in this bottom lane, though, so Evil Geniuses may not feel comfortable going to high ground.
I saw a hopeful ping from Misery at the Roche pit, but they're going to be very disappointed because this is an extremely long spawn. It's going to be a whole other 2 minutes until they grab it. Very fortunate for VP in this scenario. Themselves another chance.
Well, they can wipe away those tears with all the dollar bills they got right now with a 10,000 gold lead for Evil Geniuses.
They certainly looked like they were struggling a bit when they first made this change, but it kind of feels like they found a real formula going forward now. This whole idea of Fear, being aggressive, making those plays, and it's creating all this space for Sumail and Arteezy. Everyone was kind of worried, like, how would he adjust or something to these heroes that are going to be, like, less farmed and have to make these plays or anything, but that's not the setup they have at all. It's just more so about actually giving Sumail a very good start. The mid lane tends to be kind of a poor one. If you get focus, you have to rely on neutrals or something, whereas if you're playing on these off lanes, or perhaps solo safe lane kind of a situation, you could just get all of your gold from laning, from last hits, denies, you know, that thing Sumail was kind of the best at. So he is fitting in extremely well here, and it's just another game where he's at the top of the chart.
Do you think there's something that stands out from EG, that could be an easy way to deal with this roster. And they're a concept of this kind of like split up in the lanes and giving Sumail that farm. What is VP just not doing here to shut down Evil Geniuses?
I don't know. I tend to think they're a little smarter than I am. That's a fair question. I would say their drafts tend to look very greedy from EG a lot of the time.
Okay.
You know, it's just like these 3 cores. You know, you got like Lycan, Tinker, and some Abaddon or something. It's like, you know, not a lot of stuns going on, kind of a deal.
Yeah.
Someone will find a solution.
Two-man burrow strike out from Pasha, and he gets away from Arteezy. Now they're going to try and go for solo instead. He's got the track on him already. He's healing up a lot for the Witch Doctor, but finally will end up going down. Now Noah, surrounded by 4 heroes, bursted down. Here comes Fear as well. Making his way. Pasha's got to get out with that gem. They cannot afford to lose that one. Nor can they afford to lose Ramsey's here. He's the big carry, and he's stuck. Fear's got him in his trap.
I'm not thinking about Roche Pit if I'm EG right now.
No, you are not. 50 seconds on the clock for a Phantom Lancer. Tier 2, plenty of time to take that down. See if he can push for the high ground.
Misery is spotted here, but no options for Pasha. No friends nearby to try and make a quick grab. And, well, easy tier 2, and now we'll go.
Misery. Sorry, bud.
Alright, that gem. 2 kills now, paying for itself slowly. Just a couple easy installments.
Little do we know that's all part of Misery's grand plan. He slowed down VP for an extra 2 seconds, and Sumail slows them a whole lot longer. The send back! It snaps the coil and kills the Sankey. Immediately buys back. Solo's almost dead. They're trying to get this extra kill. At the same time, it looks like they've given up on Roshan. They've picked up the Aegis. Arteezy's actually managed to pick it up. And now VP, they're fighting up. They look like they're going to be able to take down Crit here. Arteezy turns with a BKB. No one is taking so much HP away from that. Like if they pop the cheese, he goes right back up to full. He's got to play the dodge game with his extras. He's got to play the distance. Fear going to be slowed down. The Bird Strike managed to get on top of him. Easy kill there. Arteezy still going to try and fight this one out, though. He's got the Necronomicon out there. Managed to slow down no one and actually killed the melee Necronomicon as well, so he takes even more damage and dominating streak for Arteezy.
Oh, Ramsey spends so much time harassing and abusing Sumail, and he can't even get him. Eventually, he just gets that phase shift into the blink. I mean, what can you do as a PL? Nothing but continue his chase on the low mana puck, who will slowly leave. So this PL's just like kicked out of the whole fight. That's right.
Man, what a interference play, though, from Sumail. Bouncing out, manages to immediately just get on top of VP, follow them up, manages to basically get 2 kills off of that play, and open up Roshan for the rest of EG.
Misery DOTA, his whole game, 0, 5, and 10, never looked so good. And he's doing it again.
They are just beating away Track Gold right now, and Misery's loving every bit of it. He may actually have a real item before this game ends. Mech is coming in hot.
I would not have thought at the end of the series that I would ever be calling Misery the MVP, honestly. In terms of like the players on these teams, how they've been playing together, you know, this is the new guy who's coming in, has to do his thing, but I seriously think his Pudge and Bounty Hunter have just led the way so easily for EG in both games. He's looked fantastic.
Oh, Sumail has to pop the Eul Scepter on Pasha just to make sure he couldn't get a burrow strike through that phase shift.
Some very vertical lines here from Misery. Drawing to that bottom lane. They've got a ward there. A little bit of vision. The waves coming down. And there be a Bear Rex. An Aegis Gyrocopter.
Smoke up. Sumail, Fear, and Crit are still going to linger in this mid lane. See if anyone dares to push it out. And it looks like they may have just found their trap. No one. He pushed a little bit too far. Gets a bit of damage on him, but they don't want to try and go for that kill. Instead, they're going to force VP to rotate down to bottom lane because this push is coming fast.
Setup plays from VP. We're basically just looking to Pasha.
Is that Envision? Oh, it's not. It's barely outside of the ward. That is unfortunate. Whoa, that's a win for Pasha, and he's going to pay the ultimate price here. Arteezy on the front lines with the BKB, just damaging everyone for VP. Even takes out the Chen, almost grabs the Death Prophet. They call it. VP's out. Evil Geniuses continue their streak against VP with the 2-0 here at ESL ONE Genting.